Srimati Shubha Thakur, Joint Secretary Government of India, to outline the mission.
Respected Secretary Sir, Sanjay Agarwal Sir, representatives from the state governments, oil palm processors, farmers and other dignitaries on the dais. I won't take too long of your time because I know it is lunchtime and much has been said. I will just outline the concerns which I have as the Joint Secretary running the mission and what the government expects from the state governments, from the processors and from the farmers. So as all of you know, we started this very successful round of summit discussions starting in Guwahati, which we held for the northeastern states, and it was a very good deliberation. And as many have pointed out in the morning, that whatever deliberations came out of that, whatever discussions were held, we have tried to address those and they have been taken care of. But of course, there are certain outstanding issues which have to be still taken care of. But at least they have all been put in one place. Next. So the outcome of the business summit, the first major outcome was that all the stakeholders we could get in one place. They could sit across the table and talk to each other. And they could have a better understanding of what this new mission was all about. The mission was announced in the middle of August. And on 5th October itself, we had our first summit in Guwahati. So the concepts were elaborated. The farmers there are not as progressive and not as, what do I say? They don't have the experience as the Telangana or Andhra farmers. So they learnt a lot from our deliberations. And in fact, some progressive farmers from Andhra, Telangana had also gone to Guwahati, and they had the advantage of discussing with them and sharing experiences and best practices and how to take oil palm forward. So that was a good forum for that. For the first time, we explained the concept of viability gap funding, what my colleague Vipul has just pointed out, because though it seems very complicated and cumbersome, it is not. It is actually very, very simple formula which we have adopted. If anything was complicated, it was a CACP formula which was complicated. Our formula is much less complicated. And so for the first time we could tell about the viability gap funding. So a process was set for the agreements for setting up mills in the states. The state heads were there, the chief secretaries, chief ministers were there. So as Secretary Sir pointed out, agreements have also been identified for signing up of 3 new mills in the northeast. After this, the summit, 9 states have signed MOUs with us. Now what are these MOUs? The MOUs are incumbent. If you want to get the benefit for the viability gap funding from the Government of India, you can only get the viability gap funding if you sign the MOU with the central government. So after that summit, 9 MOUs have been signed with the Government of India. That is a very encouraging sign. And the northeast states are on target to achieve the targets which we have set. The northeast targets are 3.22 lakh hectares. And of course, it built confidence amongst farmers and stakeholders that yes, oil palm is a crop that we can take up. It is a crop which if we take up, we will not lose money. It will be beneficial. The government is looking after us. The government will give us the assured price, so we will not be left in the lurch. Next. The research by IIOPR, the support of research was established. In fact, I know that Dr. Mathur has been very busy after the summit and many states have reached out to him. He is busy holding seminars and trainings, and I urge all the state governments to keep on this momentum going of talking to him and addressing your concerns and have these interactions with the research institutions. Our scientists are very, very capable scientists, and they will help you in all your doubts which you have. After the business summit in Guwahati, new sanctions have been communicated to the states. Under the new National Mission for Edible Oils, oil palm, we have given the new sanctions to the states. And another national workshop was organized in Arunachal Pradesh. That was held in the first week of December. So you can see how important the oil palm as a subject and achieving self-sufficiency in edible oils is for the government, and hence the series of summits which we are organizing. And of course, we have set in the process of the oil palm plantation zoning process, which has to be there in the states between the oil palm processor, the farmer and the state government. And as Secretary had mentioned, a new concept of escrow has been given for this scheme, which is a special dispensation given by the Expenditure Ministry. And for this, the SBI is playing a major role. They are reaching out to the state governments into how to set up this account. So I urge the state governments to have discussions with SBI and get this underway quickly. Next. So as was mentioned in the morning, that imports is a major issue, but we have given much thought on this, and it was already mentioned in the morning. For the new nurseries, we commit to give you the plant quarantine permission within 15 days, and the EXIM permission will be given at the earliest. And if we get all the applications of imports up to December 2022, we will give you a one-time approval for that. And as we mentioned, we had a meeting with all the ambassadors of the major oil exporting countries, and they have now been sensitized about the issue. Now they are aware that what are the issues, and we will take this in a major way forward. And as Chief Secretary Telangana was mentioning in the morning, he gave many good suggestions about empaneling agencies. So we will take that into account and also discuss further with the ambassadors. And another point which he mentioned was regarding the national capacity building. So that also we have taken note of. Just stay on this slide. So though as you can see, the oil palm imports have substantially gone up due to our liberalized policy, in 21-22 this has even further gone up to 1.68 crore. So I haven't shown that column here, but in 21-22 it's further gone up to 1.68 crore seedlings. Next. So the oil palm strategy is very well known to all of you. We have our area expansion, fruiting area, production, all there for everybody to see. But of course, it cannot happen without the cooperation of the state governments. And so the first and foremost priority is to increase the oil palm plantation area, which will be achieved through giving the vital policy support which the government has taken by announcing for the first time the price assurance. The support to the oil palm industry is there. Next. Next. So you would be surprised to know that over the last 5 years, the total budget was only 389 crore allocation for all of oil palm, in which only 218 was released over the last 5 years. This year alone, we have committed 500 crore for oil palm in this year alone. So the money is there to be taken. The states have to play the proactive role of asking for the money, submitting the plans on time, giving the UCs, opening the escrow account. So, and of course, this figure is now very well known. 11,040 crore is the total cost of the NMU oil palm, and the Government of India share is substantial, 8844 crore. Next. So the potential area is there for everyone to see. The potential area as given by the IIOPR assessment committee. So there is still very much scope, but don't go by those figures alone. If you have more area, like Telangana was mentioning, that barring Hyderabad, all of Telangana is fit for oil palm. So the sky is the limit. Don't limit yourself to only the assessment committee. If you feel as the state government that some area suitable for oil palm, if you have created facilities for that, with the approval of the Chief Secretary, with the approval of SLSC, you can come to us and tell us that this district is fit for oil palm. So though we have given targets, if the targets can be achieved much earlier, then of course we will have an even higher achievement over the next 5 years. So I urge the state governments to please look at the potential area which has been given, and even further than this, if you can go beyond this area which we have identified. Next. This shows the district-wise delineation which has been done. Next. And for each component we have given the exact amount which is required, but this also is not absolute. This can also vary depending on the requirements which come from the state governments and how fast you are able to absorb the funds and ask for further funds. Next. So Bipul has already mentioned about what is new. Just one thing I want to add in that the viability price is going to be announced very shortly, and it is up for the approval of the higher authorities. And this viability price, this will be the price assurance to the farmers. So the farmers have to understand that come what may, you will be given this price. Do not be afraid of taking up oil palm plantation. Today, okay, the prices are very high. Tomorrow you don't know what is going to happen. Tomorrow the prices may follow. 2 years ago the prices were very low. And when I visited Karnataka and Andhra in 2019, I think it was the month of 2019 August, so many farmers came and met me and told me, they told me, please madam, accept the CACP recommendations. So in 2019 August, the farmers were willing to accept the CACP recommendations, which was 10,035, 2 years ago. So that situation can come very soon. Right now the prices are high, the international prices are high, but you have to see that the government has to come up with a policy which is rational, which is based on a scientific formula over the past 3 years. Next. So viability gap payment is assured if the payment to the farmers by the industry falls below the viability price. Then the government will provide the viability gap funding. Next. Next. This has already been explained by my colleague Vipul. Next. So we have given the state-wise analysis which we have seen. Of course, all the principal secretaries will themselves give their own state-wise plans forward. But we are happy to see that the target which has been given to Andhra, the area expansion target for this year is 10,000, and expansion by 2025-26 is 1,12,000. So we hope to see this being achieved in Andhra Pradesh. One seed garden is under production, and the government has already approved the annual action plan for Andhra under the old mission, Next. Let's go ahead. Next, just go ahead. I will come to the last slides. Yes. So progress is the business summit. As I mentioned, the committee has been constituted to declare the viability price. And even though we may declare the viability price, say in the month of January, but it will be applicable from November. 1st November, it will be applicable. The viability price from 1st November 2021, the viability price will be applicable. But for that, the states need to send me their list of farmers duly verified, because if any viability gap payment has to be given, it is to be given directly into the accounts of the farmers. Till date, no state has given me any list of the farmers. So the MOU we have signed with 9 states. The annual action plan of 6 states has been approved under the new NMEO-OP. The escrow account formalities are underway, and letters have been written at all levels for quick implementation of the scheme, and the processing industries are in talks with the states. Next. So how much has been done since that summit? ARPs worth 146.75 crore has been approved. Area expansion of 6562 hectares has already been approved in the new action plans, and for the maintenance and intercropping 25,197 hectares has been approved in the new action plan. So, the scheme is taking off. There is traction in the fields. It has already begun. It just needs to gain more momentum. 4 seed gardens and 45 nurseries have been given in the action plans for planting material, and most of these are in Telangana. Drip irrigation facility for 1569 hectares is there. I know there is a demand for even higher cost norms for drip irrigation, but whatever is there, please take that also to begin with, because it is very important to have drip irrigation for the oil palm plantation. And for that we have 1569 hectares in the new action plans. 360 vermicompost sheds have been already been sanctioned, and 18 custom hiring centers have been sanctioned. So as you know, the custom hiring centers also, we are giving a lot of money for that. And 4 oil palm processing mills in the new action plans have been submitted to the central government by the state governments for the 4 new oil palm processing mills. In a matter of just 2 months, we have got this. And this is in addition to the 88 crore which we have already given for under the old NFSMOP. So 146 plus 82, and we still have a budget of around 300 crore. So please take advantage of that budget, which is still available with us. It is already end of December. From January, the new expenditure guidelines will kick in of curtailed spending. So you have to be very fast in giving us your plans. Next. So Telangana, Arun will mention about their own scheme later in the day. Next. So I just wanted to tell which state has not created the escrow account. So only one state has created, which is Telangana. So thank you, Telangana, for creating the escrow account. The other states, please, I urge you to quickly either talk to SBI or whichever bank is in your state. But SBI is very much aware of the process. And yes, this year is difficult because we asked for a single nodal agency and the new PFMS rules kicked in. But please, you have to get into the tripartite agreement with the banks, which we have given the MOA. It's called the MOA. You have to sign the MOA with the banks for this, for funding under the new NMEO OP. Next. So even though we have asked for the targets this year, but if you can give me targets for the next 2-3 years also, by looking at the seed requirement and all your area expansion, we can also, give advance, if you do advance planning for the next year also, we can give you the action plan approved for that also for 22-23. And the states of Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Kerala, Odisha, Telangana have yet to sign the MOUs. The tripartite agreements have not been signed, have not been told to us in any case right now. And the states have to identify the leasing of land for nurseries and seed gardens and oil mills, apart from the ones which have already done so. And most important, the beneficiary list has to be sent to me. Please try and send it by 15th January. And also you have to tag your current, geotag your current beneficiaries, existing oil palm growers. The sooner you do it, the more easy it is for us to release the next tranche of money. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was a very interesting and informative first half of today. And with this, we conclude this session. And I